So there we go, guys. Did you enjoy that intro? Yeah, got the drone up and everything. So welcome to the Snowy Classic. We've got an event down here, the Snowy Classic, the maxi version. It's 170 Ks. Both Jesse and I are down here. Both of us have bike cameras. I want to tell the story of the event day, go through the beginning of it, inside the race. There's a few selection points, obviously Beloka and the other Perisher climb, so we can jump inside that and hopefully show you what happened. These aren't necessarily races, but we're going to treat this as a bit of a race day vlog because, look, we've had limited opportunities to do these recently. Sit back, enjoy. We have the Snowy Classic. So the drive out of Sydney's been pretty chilled. Actually, we just recorded a video with Jesse in the car. Go check out his channel for that. But I have a huge announcement. To make. For the first time in my life, there's water in Lake George. Oh my God. JC is going to take over. You're driving from here on in. Okay, I'm going to get some lunch and copy the vlog. It is good being able to share this drive with someone because whilst it is easily doable in a morning, it does linger on. It's always a little bit further than you think. A bit over 5. So we're in Jindy. We're going to go hit up the registration tent. Say good day to a few people, hopefully. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Anything else? That was easy. All right. Thank you. From Jindabyne, we headed a little bit further up the road to altitude 1260, which was going to be our base camp for the weekend. Altitude 1260, many of you might remember actually one of the coaching vlogs that we did years and years ago. We based ourselves up here, and I got to be honest, there's not many better places to base yourself to ride a bike. Even ride a bike on a trainer. Why are we actually doing this, Jesse?
So we don't get dropped up the first hill tomorrow?
Pretty much. Both of us really struggle after trips of any length.
I can see it after the drive. Like as soon as I got on here, my legs are like fatter than usual.
Yeah.
Just swelling.
Should mention the actual reason we're doing this is we're testing out Jesse's sister's wedding playlist. Drop your suggestions below. But we can confirm YMCA will be on there. 40-minute spin out on the trainers. Now these trainers are those feedback Omnium ones that we reviewed years ago. Perfect for this kind of thing because they're so easy to carry. Those two there are like carry-on luggage size. But let's get on with race morning, and we awoke to a beautiful, beautiful day. I've been down here many times to horrible days, so that was a blessing. My breakfast was pretty simple, Bircher muesli. Guys, if you're ever staying with these guys, please have the Bircher. It's unbelievable, it's awesome. And just the one coffee because, yeah, I'm going to have some caffeine gels today. Morning, welcome to race day. Is it race day? We're allowed to say race day, too?
Absolutely, I would say race day.
We are allowed to say race day, okay. All right, potentially a ride day, but we'll see how we go. So we've been staying up here at altitude 1260, which is 1260, 1280, not 100% sure. And sort of halfway up to Threadbow, so we'll drive back down to Jindy now and join the crew, get this underway. It's going to be a fresh start, so 6 degrees as we came on down, which meant let's have a look at the kit option.
And I put a vlog up yesterday about what the Grand Fondo. Let's have a look at
Maroon shorts there, do I spot? Very nice. What do we got there? I think it's the Southern Cross. And club kits, always good to see. Is that a barrel jersey? I'm not sure about your white arm warmer choice there. Oh yeah, bit of greens. Greens on greens. Very nice. Lining up on the start line in front of everyone. I gotta say, guys, it's been way too long. I was absolutely so stoked to be back doing this, and look at the weather. I could not have had a better day for it. And that number of people, I think there are around 2,000 people doing the event on the day across a number of different distances. Fantastic. And rolling out of Jindy. Now, you got to remember, guys, coming out of Jindabyne, it's straight away uphill. So you've sort of been standing there on the start line for sort of 15, 20 minutes. Be prepared that you're going to be going uphill for a bit. Firm little start. Everyone's being watchful. I love it how the locals are just in shorts and a jersey. Whatever. It's a balmy Saturday.
You hear me talk about this a little bit on the channel, but this is where a Fondo really is different to any kind of race, this type of stuff. And this is everyone just sort of rolling and riding turns. There's no attacks. I've done this race the last few times with a tap, and that was a race. If you were riding along here, you would have been like attacking each other. Here we go. This is my bike camera, so I just thought I'd show you guys the example. So these guys, I think, oh, there you go. Jesse had been riding on the front. I'm going to come through around this corner here and essentially do a turn on the front. I think we're about 50 k's in. We've got a massive bunch, but it's been really well ridden by the guys here in the Canberra Cycling Club kits. They've just sort of been riding on the front. Other people have been riding on the front. It's good, just like this is just keeps us moving. Everyone rolling a few turns, and it's been great being able to chat to loads of people out here. But okay, that's all good and well. Riding along, chatting, riding a bit of Zone 2 endurance. You didn't come to this vlog to see that. So this is where really a Fondo turns into a race. And the great thing about this course is it's got this brutal climb at 80 kilometers called Beloka. We're just at the base of it now, and it's where, well, you can start racing. And it's not even a race up this, it's so steep, it's just whatever you've got is what you've got. Now I've talked about this climb a number of times. I'll put the links below to some of the Latap vlogs and all that kind of stuff here. But there's two things that I want to talk about from my own particular performance here. Okay, guys. The first is I basically did a 2-minute power record, the most power I've ever done for the bottom third of this climb on this particular occasion. But it was potentially my slowest climb ever. So if you ever wanted an example of someone who went out too hard and completely exploded themselves, here Chris Miller is a great example of it. Now I do have a slight excuse for this, is I stupidly did not change from a 39-28. I think I've always done this with a minimum of a 30 on here. So whilst I don't have the cadence listed there, these sort of numbers are not sustainable for me over a 12-13 minute climb. But I was already in the 28 and I was already grinding. And as you can see, the guys around me who have some really nice cadence going. 2 over to the left there has a lovely cadence flowing along. Would love to know what gearing you had on there, Cam. Maybe drop that below for us. And is there any other grinders? Now, JC, perfect example. He has the same gearing on as myself, but he's obviously a far more powerful rider than myself, and he can maintain that kind of torque through the pedals for a much longer period of time. So, and eventually for myself, I actually find that when I blow up, I'm almost more inclined to blow up when the road flattens out. So whilst I can potentially hold those sort of high threshold numbers on the steep stuff, it's this kind of thing. When it becomes the false flat things, I just lose a lot of power. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, because this is a real challenge mentally, because you have blown yourself up, you've got another big climb to go, and you still haven't finished this one, so it can be very hard to almost motivate yourself to push yourself over the top of this climb, which we have just done, which I did, I think, about 8th or 9th over the top of the climb. Cam did wait up, and we had a nice little group of about 6 or 7 guys who rode into the base of Perisher, and this is the second group on the road behind Jesse's group, which was up forward. Now, the reason I just want to play a little bit of the Perisher climb is you've heard me talk about my own fitness a little bit in the past few vlogs about lacking intensity and that sort of stuff, but what I do have quite a good fitness in is this sort of endurance, high sub-threshold type fitness. And you can sort of see that play out on this climb. So where I was, unable to push those sort of 400 VO2 sort of efforts on that climb, this is an hour climb. So an hour climb is, the numbers are much lower. It's just a much steadier thing. And I found that not easier, but a fitness that I could rely on. And mentally, it's also something that if you know you have done a lot of that kind of work, it's almost a bit of a backup to you. So whilst we actually, the three of us rode away in this little bunch here, and we had a good group all the way to the top. So coming back into Jindabyne after doing the climb, guys, we're the second group on the road, and there's really nothing to ride for here. And this is, if you're in the front group, then there's a bit of prestige, I suppose, to being that first person over the line. But because there's no podium or anything like this is where Fondo really is different. Not to mention, you don't want to be finishing a downhill sort of sprint into a finish zone down here and have someone trying to hand you a finisher's medal and take them out. So all in all, absolutely fantastic. We did it. We got there, kids. So a lot of satisfaction actually on finish that, because that's the most solid day I've had on the bike this year, which is something to be said in March. But there we go. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, but then it's so hard. Yeah. No, it's really fun.
Yeah, so personally, that's probably about what I thought. The intensity of Beloka, I didn't have it, and I didn't have enough gears, not to sound like too much of a whinging cyclist, but just didn't have it up there. Howdy. And but then felt better and better and better as Perisher went on and on. Exactly what I thought. Good endurance fitness, good sub-threshold fitness, no intensity.
Always worth lingering around at these classics for the event villages, but I'm always interested in fashion in the field.
I just wanted to say, this could potentially be a Fondo outfit is the lens colour matches the jersey colour. Is that, did you plan
Absolutely
that?
planned it, yeah.
Was there any gilet this morning, or
No.
base layer?
No.
Jesus.
I
Hard man.
like it cold.
Hard man, fair enough. How was your layering today?
Well, half of it's on the side of the road,
That's-
half the way home.
Disqualifying. I think a disqualification should be in order. You've got to start with what you finish. Finish with what you start.
All jokes aside, JC did have a really good ride, especially on Beloka. He finished in the front group, and I did want to hit him up and ask him, what do you think maybe was some of the short-term reasons for that?
Chris actually asked me what short-term or medium-term contributed to having a good ride. The fact that we were down here in Jindabyne a couple of months ago and actually rode the Perisher climb, I think really helped, because it can just be you're just going up there and it's like you're on another planet and you got no idea where you are, no idea how long to go. Actually having ridden the climb previously, I think really helps. Now for the people that already did the event today, coming back and doing it again will be a massive advantage for them because they know the course now.
A really hard day out. Obviously, Jesse had a super ride. I was pretty happy with the way it sort of played out for myself. Guys, please make sure you do share this video on to anyone else who did the event. I'd love to see some of the thoughts you had on it. Drop some comments below and how you would like to see us capture these events in the future, because I want to do more of this stuff, all right? So thank you so much again for watching, and we will see you super soon.